Well, I think the challenge is if you wait for a decade for everything to be cleared up, the price of Bitcoin is going to be 10 or 100x more than it is right now. So you have to choose whether or not you want to enter knowing that there are about a dozen things that are going to mature the asset class and make it more transparent, or whether you want to wait for all those things to take place and then pay a much higher price when it does.
Bitcoin has gained 1.27% in the last 24 hours, but is still down by almost 30% within the past month, and about 40% year-to-date. It has also lost around 70% from its all-time high price of $69,000. If you're worried about the recent Bitcoin crash, ask yourself if you'd rather have a few percentage points now or miss out on the explosive growth of the best-performing asset of this decade. That's not a tough call for true Bitcoin investors who see the cryptocurrency industry as a long-term play. According to Saylor, the road to widespread adoption of Bitcoin begins with regulation. Once Bitcoin is everywhere, no one will care about losing a few $1,000s. We will now take you to Saylor's interview. Please watch, like, and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more crypto-related videos. We also love to hear from our viewers and subscribers, so ensure you drop your comments and observations in the comments section below.
Does Bitcoin go back up, and does it take regulation of all kinds to get us there, to rule out some of the obvious criticisms that have been pushed over the last 2 months?
Yeah, I think it's clear that people are confused, and regulation will be constructive because clarity will help the market mature. The people are confused about what's a currency, what's a commodity, what's a security, what are tokens. There's 19,000 cryptos out there. I think we can see in the crypto crash that the average investor has been taken advantage of by traders and by wildcat crypto banks. And as the regulators come in and they clear up this confusion and they introduce rules of the road, it's going to be good for mainstream investors. It's going to be good for corporations. It will catapult the industry from the entrepreneurial offshore anything goes stage into a institutional mature asset class.
You know, you said something really important there, I think, which is a lot of people got taken advantage of through this period. Is the argument then to be made that until this regulation, this should be for sophisticated, and I hate the word, but I'll use it, sophisticated investors only? Actually, retail participation here is too high risk.
Well, I think the challenge is if you wait for a decade for everything to be cleared up, the price of Bitcoin is going to be 10 or 100x more than it is right now. So you have to choose whether or not you want to enter knowing that there are about a dozen things that are going to mature the asset class and make it more transparent, or whether you want to wait for all those things to take place and then pay a much higher price when it does. And everyone has to decide where they're going to land there. But Julia, let me make one big point. The flight to safety is a grand illusion. You don't have the choice to do nothing and comfortably move forward. For example, the true inflation rate in all of our currencies runs 7% in the best years, 14% in bad years, and 20% or more in a crisis. The yen has weakened against the dollar 19%, the Great British Pound 12%, and the euro 10% just year to date. So if you put all your money in a currency bank account and then you had to go buy oil, which is up 33%, or wheat, which is up 32%, what you found is the safe, risk-free strategy is resulting in you paying 50% more in local currency for the things you have to eat and you have to use in order to keep from freezing to death. So there's no safe haven.
But I would argue, Michael, in this situation, Bitcoin certainly wasn't a safe haven this year either. You could make a bigger point about investing over a period of years, but on that comparative basis, Bitcoin's had a shocker too.
Yeah, if you're looking for something in the next 3 months, clearly you have to sit in currency, but you're losing 20, 30, 40% of your value sitting in the currency. Bitcoin's gone through 3 boom and bust cycles in the last 2 years. But if you zoom out, look at the 5-year picture. Bitcoin's up 50% a year in the last 5 years. 50% a year for the past 2 years, 120% a year in the past 10 years. That's 10x better than NASDAQ. That's 5 to 10x better than pretty much any other option. So if you're If you're wanting peace and calm in the near term, there is no safe haven. The long bond is down 23% year over year. So what you have to do is decide, are you going to stay on a sinking ship, or are you going to get on a lifeboat and be tossed about on the stormy seas? And Bitcoin represents that lifeboat, and it's hope for everybody in the world if you can take the long view and focus on the fundamentals.
What's your take on Michael Saylor's latest interview and the current state of the cryptocurrency market? Please drop your comments below, subscribe for more videos, and hit the like button.